What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Before I go on with this one, I want to remind you guys that I do have a second channel. I'm going to try to remember to put the link to my second channel in the description of this video. Make sure if you are interested in subscribe, make sure when you hit the notification, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell and hit all. Right now, YouTube has been putting personalized on everybody's stuff. And that's why a lot of people aren't getting notifications for this channel as well as the other one. Now, with that said, you see the thumbnail. You see the title. The hell, I just heard a noise. Did you guys hear it? Check. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm even being recorded right now. Okay, I am. My bad. Computer made a weird noise right now. Anyways, you see the thumbnail. You see the title. I'm going to talk about the downest dude that I personally ever met from 18th Street. And this is a YA story. Now, I want to remind you guys, for those of you that don't know, I'm not from LA, right? Going to the California Youth Authority was different. Being from where I'm from, we didn't have Crips and Bloods. You know what I'm saying? We didn't deal with the LA Varrios. There was, I want to say, when the movie Colors came out, all of a sudden there was a group of people from Santa Barbara that started saying they were Crips, and we were like, come on now. You grew up here. Like, last week you were not that. What did this movie do to you? There was an old, I don't think they're a gang, but there was a black, I don't know what to call it, like a black gang maybe. We'll just use the term, right? Black gang that came out in the 70s, I believe, called the East Side Rollins. And they didn't gangbang. They were dope dealers and probably some pimps, but I know they were dope dealers, right? So there's that. Now, going into the California Youth Authority at the age of 15, right? Like I said, it was different. I was dealing with people, neighborhoods I had never heard of. Some I did. You know, we had Teen Angel magazine and all that stuff. And but I remember getting there, and I don't know. I don't think even back then. Why does this thing keep making this noise? Even back then, the neighborhood, 18th Street, it didn't matter where you were from. You heard of it. I had heard of it. And so I get to SRCC, the Southern Reception Center, right? And so when you first get there, you go to Pico, right? And then from Pico, they move you to whatever unit you're supposed to be in. And it goes by age for the most part, right? So the youngest kids go to Cabrillo, and then the next, that's like 16 and down. And then Portola was next. I believe there were 17 and up, and then all the rest of the compas were 18 and up, okay? So I moved from Pico over to Cabrillo because I was 15, right? Got there, and I met a bunch of different vatos from different barrios everywhere, and I was on A side. So when you get there, you always start on A side, and then you work your way. If you're lucky, you get moved to B side in Cabrillo, and then you can work in the chow hall. You can get a job in the kitchen. You know, you can eat a little bit better and shit, and you're out of your cell. So I'm on A side in Cabrillo. And there was a few vatos from 18 there. And I realized that everyone was their enemy. And they were pretty quiet. And this is no disrespect to 18. This is the reality of the situation. It was just about everybody there was their enemy, except me, of course. And the ones that were there were pretty quiet. They weren't really trying to make no noise. And then I remember one day on A side, it was like like somebody spotted Bigfoot or something, right? You just heard, hey, homie, a fucking baby face from 18's here, right? Where's he at? And you could hear in the voices like, oh, where's he at? Hey, where'd they put him? They put him on B-side. Now, B-side, like I said, was kind of a privilege to live over there. I mean, it's still jail, but... and Cabrillo, by the way, was the wildest unit because they had the youngest kids. You know, they did not give a damn. And there's constant fights, everyday cell fights, all kinds of shit. Vatos kicking their sink off the wall just because. It was wild, eh? But they were like, they put him on B-side. Now, let me explain something about Babyface. The legend of Babyface, right? From what I had heard, Babyface. Now, this Babyface, everybody knows 18th Street, in my opinion, is the biggest gang there is. After that, I would say Maravilla. I mean, not Maravilla, excuse me. MS. Maravillas are big too, but I would say it's 18 and then MS, right? Now, because they're so big, just about any nickname you can think of, there's at least 10 dudes with that name, right? So the Babyface I'm talking about, I'm going to actually say his name. His name was Juan Barragan. I never forgot, right? Now, allegedly, he had started going to YA when he was like 10 years old. And he had major hands, apparently, right? So, because he was always in and out. Now, at the time, he's probably the same age as me now, 15. He's a veteran of youth authority, been in and out several times. So because the Judas knew who he was and how he got down, they tried to just like appease him, I guess, and throw him on B-side and, hey, you can have a job. He didn't want the damn job in the kitchen, right? But so there it is there. That's a little preview of Babyface, right? So, like I said, now it was Babyface is here from 18. Oh, where? B-side. Oh, fuck. I mean, you heard it up and down the tira, right? On A side. So I'm like, this is interesting. I'm like, this one vato has everybody a little nervous, apparently, right? So it was like the porter, and I remember he was from Pacoima Crazy Boys, and he was the one letting vatos know, like, hey, he's here. So then you heard like, hey, sign up for church in the morning. Sign up for church. So everybody was signing up for church, right? And I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna sign up too. I want to be nosy. So the next day, what is this noise? What is this? Hopefully you guys aren't hearing it. Or if you are, then you know what I'm tripping on. So the next day they started an A section. Whoever wanted church, whoever had signed up for church, they would come and pop your cells. Now, the cells in SR, for those that were never there, I don't know how NR is, but there's a solid door, right? And they have these little metal things, one on the top, one on the bottom. You can kick them open and turn the doorknob, and you can go in a cell. So we had already heard he had ran into like 3 cells already and socked dudes up the night before, right? Hey, so like I said, they got the vatos from A side, and we're all lining up, right? And I'm like into it, like, hey, where's this vato at? This vato, he gotta be 20 feet tall because he's got everybody shook, right? I'm at the time, I'm 15 years old. I'm 5'7". I'm like 130 fucking pounds. You guys seen the intro, my intro before, and you see me all skinny and why that was me, right? So everybody's lining up, eh? And the vatos are looking at each other like, fuck, eh? You know what I mean? Like, fuck, who's he gonna rush first, right? And I'm like, damn, eh? Like, is this, like, how big is this dude that he's got, like, they're all his enemy, but how come they don't all just rush him? In my head, right, I'm thinking, why are they afraid of this dude? Then vatos start coming out from B-side, right? And you got a couple of guys with a little lumped up and shit like, oh, hey, I got down with Babyface, hey. Oh, right. And Holmes, look, Babyface came into the day room, right? To line up. Very charismatic vato, right? Cocky as fuck. The same fucking size as me. He was probably 5'7", 130, 140 pounds, just like me. And he came in that motherfucker like it was his day room. Fuck all you vatos and your dead homie. He just threw the fuck immediately. And you just seen vatos' heads go down. And the vatos from 18 who already had their heads down, their heads came up like, hell yeah. And he started laughing at all them vatos. You vatos ain't gonna rush me. I was like, what in the hell? And then, well, I want to say one of the vatos was like, hey, he tried to be cool with him. He dissed his neighborhood. Like, he must have known from the hall or something. Dissed his neighborhood. Like, man, don't try to talk to me. I ain't your friend, fool. Now vato shut up. But then his own homeboys were like, hey, Babyface. And he was like, shut up. I already heard about you vatos acting all scary before I got here. I was like, damn. Okay. Just to let you know, he continued running in cells on a daily basis. It seemed like he ran into 2 or 3 cells a day. I did see one day we went out and we're playing, I think we're playing softball. And 2 dudes tried to jump him. He beat them both up. I don't know how he was doing this shit, but you guys asked for a YA story. This may not be the best one, but that vato earned some recognition 1,000 years later because we old as fuck. I hope Juan Barragan, Babyface from 18, Westside 18. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a family now. I hope you're happy. And I hope that all of them ass whoopings you did, you realize they don't mean nothing at the end of the day, right? What we do when we act out with violence, it don't mean nothing, homie. That means we didn't know how to communicate. And back then, we really didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this one to a close. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'd like to say also I did do time with him again later. He showed up to Paso. I believe it was around 92. He was a bit more mellow. But everybody was still scared of the legend of Babyface. Hey, so I'm going to let you guys go. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, right? I'm out.